Hello everybody, welcome in. We are here with a general and timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. All right, you're moving on from something. It's not happening immediately. It's going to be happening. I'm seeing you sort of putting your energy where it needs to be in the meantime, because this feels more like a preparation than anything. With the Six of Swords, this is like you may mentally be over something, but now you're still physically needing to move, or you're getting to that place where you're mentally going to be moving through something, trying to get out on the other side. But with the Seven of Pentacles, it may be like a more slow process where you're going to have to, it's not just going to be like that, okay? I'm seeing things also be on you as far as like you being in charge and making judgment calls and getting things done, stuff like that. Okay. There is an ending that's happening, a closing out of a cycle, but I'm seeing this be, it doesn't just happen. It's not like a tower. I'm seeing this as happening over time. It's almost like something that you know is going to be happening, but you're not at that point where it's ended yet. I'm hearing verbatim. All right, we have the Strength card. At face value, some of you are going to be hearing from a Leo. I'm seeing this be connected with a karmic test. Okay, hold on. There are a couple different things coming through. Just give me a moment. The person that is doing the reaching out, okay, this is definitely taking courage on their end for some reason. To have the Strength card come out, it shows like somebody that's trying to like get along with all of the parts of themselves. I see that specifically with this card. You see how this person is like taming the lion through like patience and love and being gentle. They're not doing anything like violent to the lion. The lion is another aspect of you. And so this is you working with maybe a more animalistic part of yourself or aspect of yourself, maybe working with your human that has these reactions and the anxiety and the emotions and the thoughts and all of that stuff, you know. So this person is in a space where they're working with themselves to try to get on the same page and maybe do something, maybe step out of their comfort zone that they wouldn't normally do, okay? To have the Strength card here, we can talk about like traits of Leo. Archetypally speaking, this may be somebody like valiant and warm, somebody that's kind of like sunshine. That's the general thing with Leo. Somebody that Leo energy is like a welcoming energy. It's also somebody that is expressive as well, but for some reason, maybe it's hard for them to express themselves with you. Just like to start off point blank with the Strength card, like it may not be the easiest thing for this person to reach out to you. Nonetheless, they're doing it. If this is you, it's really taking you having courage to reach out to this person. Okay, that's definitely being emphasized here. And I do feel like there could have been like a bit of an internal battle maybe that was happening as well. Because Strength can be sort of like wrestling your demons as well, like specifically in tarot. So there may have been something going on there where it was hard for somebody to do this for some reason. Like I'm definitely seeing them feel this was challenging. Also too with Leo could be themes of the ego as well. Maybe for egoic reasons, maybe somebody was having a hard time reaching out to another person. Let's get further and see what the context is. That's going to be the completion of a cycle in and of itself. I'm seeing that be like some sort of karmic accomplishment. I'm hearing something about growing up, maybe needing to grow up, or this shows somebody's growing up. Or somebody grew up enough to do this. Lessons like that are definitely connected with Saturn. Ooh. Okay. We have the Death card here. And the Hierophant. Okay, so person A, we're going to make this as simple as possible. Person A is the messenger. It's not easy for person A to reach out. Nonetheless, they are. There's something about a transition or a change that's included in this conversation that you're having, okay? Maybe this person is going through some big personal development. There could be like a big move or a big like life event that's happening with them, or they could have like really transformed a lot since the last time that you spoke to them, or they may be undergoing something that feels very challenging or difficult right now. I'm seeing them come through for multiple reasons, okay? Like, there's more than just one thing that they're reaching out about. You connect with this person on a psychological level. They're trying to work with you. They may actually want to build something or create something with you. Interesting, from you. You'd have to start at ground zero with this person. I don't know if you know them already. Like, we're going to get further and see if you have like a familiarity with this person. To have the Death card and the Magician, this would be somebody that's coming through like in a different way than you'd see them come through before, if they've come through before. Like, Death card and the Magician is like somebody trying to manifest on like a whole different level or a whole nother level, or like whatever it was that they were doing before, their mindset before has now changed in some way. Where like they may have a different agenda now. There may be something more raw. They may have gone through something that's really like shifted their perspective. And for some reason they want to communicate this with you. They want you to know what's going on with them. They're definitely interested in having a working conversation with you. To have the Magician here, it seems like they have some sort of intention of building something with you. That would be an aspect of this. For some of you, you have a Pluto-Mercury contact with this person in your synastry. If you don't know what that is, it's like, doesn't need to be relevant to the reading, okay? Synastry is just like an aspect of... Okay, we're going to explain it anyway. One person has a birth chart, okay? Another person has a birth chart. Synastry is when you overlay the birth charts and you see how the planets and positions interact with one another, and it kind of tells you like the energetic like interaction that goes on between the two of you, and where there may be more highlights. Like, if you have more Mercury contacts with somebody, you may talk with them a lot or communicate with them a lot or share your ideas a lot. If you have a Pluto-Mercury contact with somebody, the Pluto person is going to be very, very interested, for the most part, depending on the actual aspect, is going to be very interested in the mind of the Mercury person. But I don't want to get too far into that and then complicate things. You feel guarded with this person. It seems like this is somebody that you know, or it's an energy that you're familiar with if you don't know this person in particular. But some of you actually do know this person that's coming through. And I'm seeing you be in a space where you To have the Queen of Swords, this is like, I'll let you come through and I'll hear what you have to say, but there's no guarantee that I'm even going to like respond, react, give you an answer back. I'm just going to listen to what you're saying and check in with how I feel about that. Queen of Swords is like, my guard is up a bit, where I feel like I'm not just going to let you pass without checking you. So that's the deal with you being in this space. If you're the one sending the message, then this is going to be how the recipient is when you send the message, okay? I'm seeing whoever is the Queen of Swords in this setting, I'm seeing be like very blunt, very straightforward, very like matter of fact. They may be very into like truth telling, stuff like that. This is somebody that has like a very clear vision, a very clear eye when it comes to assessing situations. Somebody very smart. That may have been part of the reason why it was difficult for person A to reach out to the recipient, which is person B. Because if person A was like, I think recipient person B is maybe going to be a bit guarded, it may have even been even harder. And to have Leo here, this is definitely something that could have affected one's ego and made this a bit of a struggle for sure. For some of you, I'm definitely seeing you guys have had some interactions in person with this person. Like you may have a physical history with them, or just like a history of there being like a playfulness between the two of you. All right. There's definitely love here, for sure. We have the Ace of Cups. But also, Queen of Swords is not the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups will see the Ace of Cups and be like, wow, it's the Ace of Cups. It's a connection. It's like somebody for me to bare my soul to. Queen of Swords can have those aspects, but Queen of Swords is first going to come through and be like, before I fall for that, before I completely let my guard down and am vulnerable with you, you're going to need to show me that it's safe for me to be vulnerable. So that's the deal that's sort of happening here. So on one hand, there's definitely love, there's definitely a connection. Love may be a bit like heavy to be saying, even though I think that's really what it is there, but depending on how you're labeling it with this person, the Ace of Cups is definitely like something felt between you and this person, where there's an absolute connection between the two of you that's like undeniable, okay? But the Queen of Swords may be in a space where they feel, because of that, actually, they need to sort of be protective of themselves. And that's sort of what they're managing. Because I'm seeing the Queen of Swords has also gone through a bit of an evolution. It's not just person A that has, it's also person B as well. So this may kind of feel like a different type of interaction. Because it's kind of like two energies that have evolved in their own ways coming back together again for this interaction. Recipient looks open to this and looks like they are willing to work on something. They may also have a lot going on within their life. Like I'm seeing somebody very, very busy. And they're like, can I handle this on my plate? Like this seemingly new connection that's coming in. Even if you're familiar with the person, we're calling it a new connection because it's not like what you had before, okay? For some of you, again, like this is a new person. It's just going to depend on your situation. I'm seeing this just be like arbitrary. So there's a connection. Queen of Swords is like, a connection is felt, yes, but I also need to prioritize the work that I'm doing and what I'm like trying to create and get done with in my life. Like what's important to me and my soul's journey and my purpose and me aspiring towards those things as well. So the Queen of Swords is like, a relationship is not the be-all, end-all. It's something that, like, I will entertain. However, if it gets in the way of the things that I'm trying to create within my life, that's going to be costing me too much, okay? So this isn't somebody that's just like completely carried away with their feelings. Queen of Swords is somebody very grounded. So there's something along the lines of that going on here. Queen of Swords also does not find it easy to set boundaries with this person or to be like that, but knows that it is necessary. So know that if the recipient is kind of like blocked off or coming off a bit cold or not just like enveloping you warmly immediately, it's because they're sussing things out. And naturally, like when you get behind it, I'm seeing them be much more vulnerable, but this is just them doing what they feel like is smart, and that's why they're approaching the situation like this, okay? That's why they're responding in the way that they are. But I'm not seeing this like hard exterior be like the inner aspect of them. But it just feels necessary for this situation. So I'm seeing that it looks like they will respond back because they feel a mutual connection. But I'm seeing that one is going through some very big changes right now that may be making it hard to balance everything within their life. Because I'm seeing somebody that's been working really hard on some big things. Like I'm seeing a very creative energy here. I'm getting all of this be connected with this Queen of Swords energy. So Queen of Swords is in a space where they're like manifesting and creating a lot in their life. They may be a creator, they may be an entrepreneur, they may build things. They may be a designer. There's something about like the flair that they have and the originality that they put into the work that they do and how they're trying to like build their life in relation to that. And that being something that they really give a lot of their energy to. Okay. I feel like we combed through everything. Four of Swords. Somebody may be taking a break for their mental health. We're looking at Leo and Scorpio and Mercury and Gemini. Somebody may be taking a break from partnerships right now. Feeling like they need to recover, reconnect with themselves, just maybe being on a hiatus. So many different ways that we can put this, but I see this more than anything being like somebody is feeling it's important for them to be on their own right now. Or at least that's what they've been doing, okay? Somebody is healing from a relationship that they were in where they felt like they couldn't trust their partner, and that left them in a space where they felt very, sort of like unsure of things is what I'm seeing. Yeah. Somebody that someone was in a partnership with, it was not working for them. This can also be to somebody being like, I feel like I sabotage myself when I'm in relationships, and so I want to take a break to kind of like love on myself, to connect with myself, to focus on me, things like that. I'm getting an energy that just feels really unsure about like connecting with other people currently. But they may be looking at this and actually opening up to a new type of chapter. We have the Judgment card, which means that somebody's really looking into where they've been currently, like where their head's been, and asking if they're ready for this new chapter. And also what it would entail as well. Judgment and the Ace of Pentacles. So this is sort of like one looking at what has now physically manifested in front of oneself and being like, what do I think about this? Let me look into it. Let me assess it. Let me really pay attention and be present to what's going on here. Okay. If somebody was in a relationship where they felt they couldn't trust their partner because something was going on, it looks like they had a break, and in that time where they had the break, they decided that they wanted to bring it to an end because they could not trust this person. This is what I'm seeing. So, while somebody is on a break from a relationship where they felt like things were going on that were not transparent, okay? Somebody's on a break, thinking about, calling judgment on, thinking about assessing the relationship. The potential of having a start with this person, okay? So, for those of you, like some of you, this may be an ex actually that's coming through, and you've been on a break from this person, but it's like in actually thinking about having a new beginning with them, you're like, I can't trust them. I don't trust them. And say no, an ending. If one truly ends this, this would also mean that one is ending self-sabotage, which would be a big win, a big obstacle that's being overcome, a big challenge faced. When it comes to interpersonal relationships, how about that? It seems like in ending this thing where there's like a lack of trust with this person, right? Because who's trying to be in a relationship like that? Like, how can you have intimacy with a partner that's not being honest with you, right? Or that you don't trust, that you don't feel safe with, things like that. This person's not being transparent, right? So it's like a really big win to get to this point of being like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I'm going to bring an end to this. It's going to be challenging, but it's something that I'm capable of doing. This person, by making that choice to end this, because they feel like something shady has been going on with this other person, they make the choice to end this, and this is actually what propels them to finding the relationship that they're looking for. So, as much as one may have been like, if I hold on to this, maybe it'll be the relationship that I'm looking for, it's like the only key was to actually end something because it was out of alignment. And because they weren't going to be able to, like, create what they wanted within that situation with that person because it wasn't the right ingredients to make the recipe. So ending it is actually the recipe to creating what one wants. And this is harmony. This is stability. This is, like, mutual commitment with somebody that you feel like is honest with you, that you see eye to eye with, that you have that intimacy with and that chemistry with. And that's going to be the closing of a cycle and the beginning of a new chapter as well. This is like going to be a very, very big moment here. Looking at Saturn, Cancer, Gemini, Pluto. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for connecting. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.